Okay, so here we go. So come and stand at the top of your mats. And I'd just like you to stand with your feet hip distance apart. And I want you to spread your toes as wide as you can. Which has just reminded me of another conversation I had today. I was talking to people about working from home in your slippers. And James, I'm sure you don't have this problem, or Howard, but the thought of having to put high heels on again or some kind of closed-in shoe is like torture. And it's actually spreading your toes out feels really lovely. So spread those toes out as wide as you can. Bring your arms down by your sides. Close your eyes. And just really connect into your feet. Feel every part of your foot connecting down into the mat. And in particular, just feel the pads underneath your big toe and your little toe. Gonna mute. There we go. And then just take a moment to lift all the toes off the mat. Spread them as wide as you can. Place them back down. And then just bring your awareness to your tailbone. Really feel like your tailbone's lengthening down and almost like it's ever so slightly tucking under. Not like a full tuck under, so you flatten the back, like we were doing last week on the floor. Just a gentle drawing in and up, and that'll just create a connection to your Mula Bandha, the root area here. So we're pulling up on our pelvic floor. And then just gently squeeze the navel in towards the spine, connecting to in yoga what we call our Uddiyana Bandha, stomach lock. Again, it's all about the pelvic girdle, the core, really containing this space. And then just let your arms be heavy by your sides and just feel that sense of solidity from the waist down through your legs and into the mat, through the feet. And if you haven't quite got a sense of what that feels like, just have a little play with it for a moment. You'll feel the connection. You'll feel your core really engaged when you get it there. If you're leaning forwards or leaning backwards, you might struggle with it. So really focus on lifting the toes, rooting down, just gently drawing under, drawing the navel to the spine. And feel that girdle of strength wrapping you from your waist down, your legs to the floor. And then just allow the upper body just to lengthen up from the waist. Just a real sense of lifting the heart center ever so slightly and feeling like there's a cord coming out through the crown of the neck, the crown of your head, lengthening up through the back of the neck and up and out through the head. And then your arms are just like along for the ride, just hanging loose and heavy by your sides. And then just bring your awareness to your breathing. A nice, long, deep inhale through the nose. Feel the belly and the chest rise. Just hold the breath in for a few moments and then exhale, let the breath out through the mouth. And let the breath completely go. And feel that squeeze come back in your navel area. So inhale. Nice big long inhale in through, down to the tummy, up through the chest. Hold the breath in, maybe for a count of 4 if you can. And then when you're ready to release the breath, out through the mouth, let it go, draw the navel to the spine. Just do that twice more in your own time. And just move your fingers, place your toes back down onto the mat if you haven't done so. Softly open your eyes. And then inhale. Just take the arms forward and up to start off with. Reach up. Just look straight ahead. Just really try and keep the arms long and straight by your ears. And then exhale, take the arms back down by your sides. So really want you to think of lengthening. Do that again. Inhale. Really lengthen with the fingertips leading reach up to the ceiling, keep the shoulder blades down, and then exhale, releasing. And let's just do that once more. Inhale, reach forwards and up. This time, if you want to, you can look up towards your fingertips, squeeze the palms together. Exhale, bring the arms back down by your sides. And then let's go again. Inhale, reaching up, look up, squeeze those palms together, really squeeze your arms, and then exhale, bend your knees, bend at the hips, come forwards with the arms, and let your fingertips touch the floor. So the knees can be bent here. Then inhale, lengthen the spine forwards. Have that sense of drawing the navel to your spine again here, and that gentle curling in under with the tailbone. And then exhale, draw your head back towards your knees. Inhale, reach forward, lead with the arms, reach up, lengthen up, and exhale, bring the arms back down by your sides. Let's go again. Inhale, reach up, look up, exhale, forward fold, bend at the waist, bend the knees if you need to, fingertips touch the mat. Inhale, heart leads forward as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, take your head back towards your knees. Inhale, reach forwards and up with those arms again, look up, and exhale, arms by your sides. Okay, we're going to build on that again. Inhale, reach up, look up, exhale, forward fold, fingertips to mat, head towards your knees. Inhale, lengthen, and then just place both hands down onto the mat and step your right foot back and your left foot back. And we're in a plank position. Lower down your knees and lower your chest all the way down. Keep those elbows glued to the sides. Inhale. Open, lifting up, baby cobra, squeeze the elbows into your ribs, and exhale, take it back to extended child's pose. Keep the arms nice and straight, take it back as far as you can, forehead to the mat, and just hold here and breathe for a few breaths. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. If you can get your bottom down onto your heels, do so, and just let your chest release towards the mat. And then making your way back up to all fours. Tuck your toes, lifting into down facing dog, and walk your feet forward to meet your hands. And come back into your forward fold. Knees can be bent. Inhale, lengthen the spine away again. Exhale, bring your head to your knees. Inhale, reach forward and up with those arms. Look up. And exhale, arms by your sides. Good. So just check in again with your rooted down through your feet. Every time we come back to Tadasana, the mountain pose, we want that sense of grounding into the floor, through the feet, through the legs. Let's go again. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Fingertips touch the mat. Inhale, lengthen forward with the heart. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, plank position. So you can bring the knees down, or if you want to go a little bit harder this time, just come into a full push-up position. Touch all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Keep the elbows in to the sides. Exhale, extended child's pose. And take some nice, long, deep breaths. So we're really still softly opening the body, waking up the spine, waking up the hamstrings, and trying to draw all the tension out of the neck and the shoulders. So make sure the shoulders stay down, away from your ears. Nice, long, deep breaths. And then coming back to all fours, tuck your toes. Inhale, lifting to down facing dog. Maybe just holding here for a couple of breaths, if that feels okay for you. Open up the backs of the knees a little bit more. And then when you're ready, softly walking those feet forward to your hands. Lengthen your spine forward. Heart shines forward. Exhale, head to knees. Inhale, reach forward with those arms, look up, and exhale, arms by your sides. Let's go again. Inhale, reach forwards, look up, exhale, forward fold, hands come to the mat, head towards your knees. Inhale, lengthen the heart forwards, hands to your mat, and step back, full plank position. Lower your way down to the mat. You can bring the knees down or just lower all the way down onto the front body. Inhale, lift and open the chest. Baby cobra. Exhale back, extended child's pose, or if you want to, lift straight up into your down facing dog. And we're going to hold here for about 5 breaths. Spread your fingers wide. And again, keep drawing your navel to your spine if you're in down dog. Feel the tailbone scooping under like it wants to come up to meet your navel. Make sure your big toes are pointing forwards so the feet are nice and in line. Your head is heavy, you've got no tension in the neck, so just gently shaking the head out. And then when you're ready, slowly walking your feet forwards, back to your hands. Lengthen your spine forwards. Exhale, draw your head to your knees. Inhale, shoot the arms forwards and up. Reach up, look up. And exhale, arms by your sides. Let's do one more. When you're ready, inhale, reach forwards and up. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Fingertips touch the mat. Head to your knees. Inhale, lengthen your spine forwards. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, high plank. Options, knees or lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lift and open the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, extended child's pose or into down facing dog, your choice. Take 5 long deep breaths. Connect to your hands, spread the fingers nice and wide. Head is heavy. And drawing your navel to your spine. Nice long deep breaths. Looking forwards, walking your feet back to meet your hands, lengthen the spine. Exhale, draw your head to your knees. Inhale, reach forwards and up, look up. And exhale, arms by your sides. Okay, so just take a moment, reground into your legs, into your feet. Close your eyes and just feel the buzz of the energy you've created. Feel your breath slowing down. And just notice how you're feeling. And then from there, I want you to step your right foot back. So it's a nice wide stance. You can walk your feet a little bit wider if you want to, just to get a little bit more balance. And we're going to place our hands on our hips. Now, first of all, we're going to start off by bending the knee, just to take the load off that front hamstring. And I want you again to bend forward from the hips, leading from the heart, coming forwards. And come down so that you're in a flat back position, or even lower if you can. And then if it feels okay for you, you can take your hands onto your shin, okay? Face is looking straight down at the mat. And just be aware of drawing your navel to your spine again here. And make sure both feet are really grounded and active into the floor. Now, if that feels okay for you, you might want to straighten your front leg a little bit more. So there's no rush, just take it as much as feels good for you. And if you can, maybe your hands can touch the floor. So just go work at your level, okay? The most important thing is the back stays long. You're not rounding into the back. Nice long spine. And just notice how that keeps your core nice and engaged. Nice long deep breaths here. Okay, so to come out, I'd like you to bend that front knee again. Place your hand above the knee onto the thigh, and inhale, just push yourself back up. And we're just going to step that right foot forwards. And let's do that on the other side. So the left foot steps back, nice wide stance, bending the front knee, and start by hinging forwards at the hips, heart center leads. And just really stay grounded and connected. So the alignment's good, that's the most important thing, through the spine. And you've got your hips going straight back behind you. And then options then to take the hands off the hips, place the hand below the knee. Just settle in, nice long deep breaths. And then maybe seeing if that front leg wants to straighten a little bit more. And again, if you want to take the hands to the floor, feel free. Just stay with whatever is good for you. Lots of options here. Nice long deep breaths. Let the breath guide you. Sometimes you can get a bit of a juddery feeling going on in the muscles when you're really stretching out, especially in the hamstrings. A little bit of jerkiness is fine, but if it feels uncontrollable and doesn't feel good, then just bend the knee. Okay, so to come out again, bend the front knee, hands back to the hips, inhale, come all the way up, and step the left foot forward. Just shake the legs out for a moment. Okay, so we're going to do that again, but with another option, and it's just going to dial it up a little bit more. So you can stay with the first option if you want to. So we're going to step the left foot back again, right foot forwards, have a bend in the front knee. Now, if you can, this always feels a bit awkward, I'm going to turn my back to you. I want you to put your hands into a reverse prayer position if you can, and I'll give you another option if you can't. So bring your fingertips behind you, bring the palms together, pointing down, and then you're going to turn your fingers in towards your spine and see if you can roll them up your back. So it's like your hands are in a reverse prayer position, if you can see me. That can feel really tight and awkward, but even here is good, even with the fingers touching. If it's just not happening, hold the opposite elbow behind the back, okay? So get into that position, front knee bent. Exhale, lengthen forwards, again, over that front thigh. Okay, so hopefully if you're holding the elbows, that feels good as well. If it just doesn't feel good for you, bring the hands back onto the thigh or onto the waist. And then from there, very slowly, just see how much you can straighten your front leg. You don't have to go far, keep the knee bent as much as you need to, just see how that feels. And keep feeling like the heart is trying to lengthen over to touch your shin bone. And then just draw your chin in so that the crown of the head is pointing down towards the toes. Keep lifting the elbows up high behind you, as high as you can. Nice long deep breaths. Soften the front knee. Inhale, come up if you can with the arms still behind the back. And then exhale, release, step the left foot forwards. Just shake those arms out. A nice, really nice chest opener and nice stretch along the arms. So from there, step the right foot back. Now you know what's coming. Bending into the front knee. So choose your options. Stay here, hold the elbows, or if you can, fingertips down, turn them in, turn them up the back. Lifting your chest. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Heart shines forward. So just stay here for a moment. Get used to the feeling in those arms and in your hands. So if you've been typing or using a computer, you might really feel this in your wrists as those muscles really start to open up. And then very slowly straightening the front leg as much as you can. Heart shines forward towards the shin. Draw the chin in. Lift the elbows high behind your back. Nice long deep breaths. And come out, bend the knee, come all the way up if you can, with the hands still behind your back. And releasing, step the feet forwards. Shake your arms out, shake your legs out. Good, and from there we're going to step to the right. We're going to turn our right toes out and we're going to turn our left toes in. So just make sure your shoulders are directly over your hips before you go anywhere. Got a nice wide stance here. So we're going to bend into that right knee. So notice shoulders are still over your hips, knees pointing out. Just check it's not turning in. So it's not coming inside the big toe, it's outside, roughly in line with your second toe. And really extend into the outside edge of that left foot. And then just take the arms up to shoulder height. Reach out through the fingertips and looking over your right hand into warrior two. So we're just going to move in here for a moment. So straighten the front leg and then bend into the right knee again. Straighten the front leg, just really slowly bending the front knee. Now I might be wrong because I can't see everyone clearly, but if your knee is going shooting over your toes, you want to make sure your knee stays above your ankle, yeah? So if it's doing that, you need to widen your stance. James, I think yours was a little bit short, your stance, from what I can see from here. So just adjust if you need to. Good, make sure your arms stay high. They're at shoulder height, so we don't want arms down, nice and long. Good. And then take the forearm onto the thigh, let the left arm drift over. Nice long, straight arm. Like you're trying to squeeze that left arm over towards your ear. That's how much you should be extending. If you want to take the right hand down towards the floor, feel free to do so. You might take the hand all the way down, but just keep your focus on lengthening out through the side of the left body. Nice long deep breaths. And then inhale, coming back up, back through warrior two, looking out again over those arms. And then straighten the front leg. Turn the right foot in. I've slipped, so I'm going to walk my left foot in a little bit more. And then I'm going to turn the left foot out. Okay, so starting here, shoulders over hips again. And bending into that left knee. So again, just check for the alignment. Make sure the knee is over the ankle. And make sure the knee is in line with that second toe. And then bring your awareness back so that you're nice and centered. Arms extend out. And then just gently straightening the leg and bending the knee. And just do that a few times. And just noticing what happens with that left knee when you bend it, because the tendency might be that it swings in. Keep it drawing back and only come down as far as you can and keeping that alignment. And then coming down, holding here. And then bringing the forearm down, right arm shoots over. Nice long arm. And then take your options, whatever works for you. Hand come to the floor, hand to the ankle, or staying here. Keep the breath nice and long and steady. And then inhale, coming back up through warrior two. Nice strong legs. Straighten the front leg and turn the left foot in. Bring your hands to your waist. Now just walk your toes in a little bit if you need to, so you get a firmer stance. So here we're looking roughly for the wrists to be in line with your ankles. Take a nice long breath in and then exhale. Bend the knees, come forwards again. So you're bending from the hips, nice long spine, heart center leading forwards. And then take your hands down towards the mat. So you can drop the weight back into the heels a little bit here if you want to, just to really get a sense of the tailbone tucking under and more of a lengthening through the spine. And then from here, I want you to lengthen out with your arms. So your knees can stay, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Knees can stay bent and keep reaching forward with the arms and dropping the weight back ever so slightly towards the heels of your feet, pushing the bottom away from your hands. Head is heavy. You can have the legs straight or have a bend in the knees. Do what feels good for you. And keep walking the fingertips away from you, even if it's just a smidge. See if you can gently lengthen even more through the spine. If you imagine yourself hanging off of a pull-up bar, that feeling you get when you let all the weight go, let the weight go right the way down through the spine. See how much length you can find. And then slowly walking your hands in underneath you and bring the weight back forwards so that the bottom is directly above the heels of your feet, or not directly above because obviously your legs are out wide, but in that same alignment. And then walk your hands a little bit further more underneath you if you can, so you'll get a sense of the crown of the head coming down towards the floor. So just have a play, lengthening through the spine. You can have the knees bent, legs straight. The focus is all on lifting the heart center forwards and lengthening the front and the back body. Nice long deep breath. And then to come out, walk the hands out from underneath you, lengthen the spine again, bend the knees, take your hands to the waist, and inhale slowly coming back up. And then step back to the front of your mat, shake your legs out. Good. Just roll the shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Make some big circles with those shoulders. So really bring them forwards. Inhale, take them up. And exhale, take them back and down. Do that twice more. Good. And then from there, inhale again, reach up, look up. And exhale, fingertips come down to the mat. So just notice for a moment your forward bend now. Notice if anything's changed, if it feels a little bit easier. And just hold the opposite elbow and hang out here just for a couple of breaths. And really make a conscious effort just to keep drawing the navel to the spine. It's like you're keeping that bottom part of the belly drawn inwards, and you let the breath bellow into the ribs and up into the chest. And then let your hands find the mat again. And step your right knee back, take it down. Take your left knee back and take it down. And just rest here for a moment on all fours. Connect the tops of the feet into the mat. Draw your navel to the spine. And really, so we're not going to do a full cat pose. I just want you to lift into the upper body, spreading the space between your shoulder blades. So we're not doing a full arch through the spine. We're just opening the space between the shoulder blades. Keep pushing the earth away. Keep pushing down through the tops of the feet. Keep breathing. Keep those arms as straight as you can, really active. And then release. And just allow, again, it's not a cow pose. We're not going into a full arch. Just let the chest drop between your arms. So it's like your shoulder blades just pop up towards the ceiling. And the chest just sags down towards the mat. And again, keep the arms really straight. Looking straight down at the mat. And let's reverse that again one more time. So you're just bringing the energy up between the shoulder blades, lifting the chest towards the spine. Feel the muscles across the back opening, spreading. And then just drop again into the arms. So the chest just releases slightly down towards the mat. And then come back to a neutral position. Find a space that feels neutral for you. So it's amazing as we go through our day that we're doing this kind of movement, really tensing into the shoulders or rounding the back, which is really emphasizing, I suppose, poor posture either way. So it's just nice to kind of play with it and feel, you know, which one is you're more restricted in. And just to bring some awareness there, and then come to a neutral space that just feels more natural. And then from there, just lengthen back into extended child's pose. Reach the arms out in front of you. Again, just really clawing the floor, clawing the fingertips as far forward as you can, and then let the head go towards the mat. Let the breath be long and easy. And again, just keep clawing the floor every few breaths. See how long your arms can grow. And then from there, just slowly coming back up and come to seated. So you're facing on the long side of your mat. Okay, so from here, I want you to take your left leg wide and draw your right foot in towards the center. Left toes are active, pointing straight up to the ceiling. So just sit here, first of all, nice and long spine, root down through your sit bones. If the right knee doesn't want to go down to the mat, just grab a cushion and pop it underneath your knee if you need to. Just give it a little bit of support. And just feel free to tuck your hands underneath your right ankle and like pull the ankle in towards you. So you're lifting up through the spine. And just breathe for a moment. Spread those left toes nice and wide. And then take your left hand round to the right knee. Right hand comes round behind you. And we're just going to take a twist here. So keep lengthening through the spine, pushing down through the outside of that right knee. And just allow your head to turn and look over your right shoulder. Make sure those left toes stay active, pointing up to the ceiling. And feel that lovely twist through your center. Hopefully it's feeling quite warm now. If you hear any popping or cracking in the spine, that's all good, providing it doesn't hurt. Just a little bit of air coming out the spine. And then inhale, coming back to center. And let your left arm just slide down the inside of your left leg, just as far as you can. So it doesn't matter if this left leg's bent, just have a sense of going to the side, and then let the right arm come up behind you. Turn your head to open the right shoulder, bring the arm up and over. Now keep that right sit bone rooted down towards the floor and really feel the stretch going all the way down to that right hip. Right arm is nice and straight and long. Make sure you're not rolling forwards or backwards. We're going straight over to the side. Keep the left toes active. Nice long breaths. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Good. Draw that left foot into center. Bring your feet together for a moment. So in Baddha Konasana, or the butterfly pose. So just allow the sit bones again to be firmly down into the mat. You can hold the ankles or you can hold inside the feet with the big toes. So opening the feet out like a book. That, for me, that feels better because I tend to find the hips release a little bit more here. But you do what feels good for you. And then just lengthen up again through the spine. Real sense of pulling the feet in towards you and lifting the chest forwards against that sensation of pulling the feet in towards you. Nice long deep breaths. So make sure the shoulders don't hunch up here. Make sure they're relaxed and down. An option here, if it feels good for you, just hinge forward from the hips, coming slightly forward into a forward fold. You don't need to come far. Again, just keep the chest lengthening forwards. And again, that can just help to release the hips a little bit more. Keep breathing. And if you're bending forwards, inhale, coming back up. Otherwise, just release the feet and extend your right leg out. Draw the left foot in towards you. And again, option, just to pop the fingers or the hands underneath that left foot. Right toes are pointing straight up, so drawing up against that left foot with the chest, pulling the foot in towards you. And then when you've got that nice length through the spine, right hand comes to left knee, left hand comes behind you. Inhale, lift up, exhale, twist. And again, make sure you're nice and upright through the spine. Tendency might be just to fall back into that left hand. Keep nice and alert through the spine. Everything spiraling round and up to the ceiling. Inhale, coming back to center. And then allowing the right arm just to find its way down the inside of the right leg. And then again, just bring the awareness to the left shoulder. And just by the fact of bringing your awareness there, it will want to draw back behind you. The left arm comes over and lengthen over to the side. Again, keep rooting down through the left sit bone. Left arm stays nice and long. Nice, long, deep breaths. Feel this all the way down to the hip, all the way through the side body, quite strongly. And when you're ready, inhale, coming all the way back up. And again, just draw the right foot in, come back into Baddha Konasana. Feet together. And again, choosing whether to hold the ankles or holding the insides of the feet. Do what feels good for you. I'm just going to turn to the side because we're going to have a different option this time rather than coming forwards. So option to stay here, nice and upright through the spine. Or if you want to, it's like you're making a C shape with the spine. You're really curving the spine until you can tuck your head in. And it's like you're drawing the crown of your head in towards the soles of your feet. Now the key thing is don't hunch the shoulders up. You want to keep the shoulders back and down and let the spine do all the work. So it doesn't matter if you're here or if you've got your head in your feet, just as long as you're really arching into the spine, opening up the space between the vertebrae. Nice, long, deep breaths. Keep anchoring the hips and the sit bones down to the mat. And then to come out, inhale. Really lift the spine forwards and up. And just take a moment here just to lengthen one last time through the spine. And just see if you can draw the knees a little bit closer down towards the mat. Keep pulling the feet towards you. And then release. Bring your hands underneath your knees. If you want to put on something warm for relaxation so you don't have to move, then just grab it now or have a blanket nearby. And have your hands behind your thighs as you slowly roll your way down to the mat. Nearly time for relaxation. So we're just going to take a gentle back bend going up into our bridge pose. So draw your feet close to your buttocks. Fingertips touching down as close to the heels as you can. And then like we did last week, just roll the back into the mat. So it's like the tailbone lifts up. Nice big breath in as you lift the spine off the mat. And in your mind's eye, just imagine your tailbone lengthening down towards your knees, really connecting to the soles of your feet here. You don't have to lift high, so just do what feels good for you. If you've got any lower back issues like we did last week, just back off slightly, so let the hips sit a bit lower. You can squeeze the buttocks if you want to really support the back, or if you're looking for more openness in the back, you can just relax the buttocks. Much better for back bending, so we don't create tension around the tailbone or the lower back. And then when you're ready, slowly, slowly rolling the spine back towards the floor. One vertebra at a time. Feel the lower back touch the mat and then roll your pelvis back to neutral so you get that natural arch underneath there again. And then bring your right knee to your chest, your left knee to your chest. Squeeze them onto your ribs. Just rock from side to side. And then let your feet find the mat once more. Let your right foot find the right corner of your mat. The left foot find the left corner of your mat. Arms float away. Palms face up to the ceiling. Just check the back of the neck is nice and long. Your eyes are closed. And just let everything go. If you get any discomfort at all, maybe you can bend the knees, have the knees together, feet wide apart. Or just stay in Shavasana and let go. Just let your breath be easy and soft. Just feel your whole body relaxing and melting into the mat. And just bring your awareness to your heart center. Maybe you can feel your heart beating in your chest. And in your mind's eye, just connect to a colour that feels good for you, that feels really relaxing and nurturing. And allow a little ball of that colour just to be in your heart center. And allow that relaxing and nurturing colour to start to grow and expand all around your heart and your chest. All the way down your torso and your spine. Down through your hips and your pelvis, down your legs to your toes. And allow that colour to come up and over your chest and around your shoulders, down your arms to your fingertips. And if it feels okay for you, just invite that colour to come up to your neck and your throat and up and over your face and round the crown of the head.
So your whole body is filled with this lovely, relaxing, nurturing colour. And just rest here for a few more moments as you breathe and let go. And just allow yourself to take this feeling of relaxation and nurture into the rest of your evening. As you slowly start to deepen your breath. And allow yourself to become aware of the noises inside and outside of the room that you're in. And then start to bring some movement back to your fingers, your toes. And then you just choose to move in a way that feels good for you now. Waking the body a little bit more. And then in your own time and in your own way, just nice and slowly, find your way back to a seated position.